Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilor Olson is excused. Councilor Bridge. Bender. Mertzik. McDonald. Hendry. Finsland. Herrick. McKenzie. Dahlbeck. Nowicki. Emmer.
I'll ask for the approval of the minutes. Councilor Finsland motioned. Second. Esther Dahlbeck. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say no. Minutes are approved.
Item 6 is the consent agenda. There was also the amended agenda, which had the updated number 6.7, the Finance Committee recommendations from August 12th.
Motion by Councilor Finsland. Second by Councilor Dahlbeck. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say, oh, I'm sorry. Did you have your light on, Mr. Herrick?
Yeah.
Okay. Take back that aye, and we'll go back to Mr. Herrick. Yes.
Yeah, I'd like to pull items 6.6 and 6.7.
The entire 6.7?
6.7, the number 6.
Number 6, okay.
I'm sorry, number 5. Number 5.
Okay, number 5, there we go. So 6.6 and 6.7-5. Correct?
Actually, it's 6.6 or 6.76 on the amended agenda.
Yes, it is. It is 6.76.
Okay, so 6.76, which is the sewer rate increase.
Yes.
Gotcha. There we
Is that
go.
the only one, or is there two that you wanted to?
No, that's the only one
Okay.
under 6.7
And then also 6.6.
and 6.6, yes.
Okay, very good. Any others? Seeing no other removals here, we'll ask for the balance of the consent agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Okay, 6.6.
6.6 is the Assistant Public Works Director advising of replacement of 2 tandem trucks that were destroyed in a fire at the shop in late June.
We need a motion and a second before discussion.
Second.
Motion by Councilor Dahlbeck, second by Mr. Herrick. Discussion? Mr. Herrick.
Yes. Jeff, just a question on these. I know you've been working with the adjusters and so on and so forth. Any updates on that? I mean, are we looking forward to getting these trucks without the insurance at this point in time?
Well, right now we are, and maybe Dan can help me with some of this, but we have been working with CIVMIC and the reinsurance that goes beyond the limits that CIVMIC cover to try to file our claim and get that finalized. We've recovered, I think, from CIVMIC so far, right? And we're working with the adjusters for the reinsurance, which is above, what is it, above $50,000 limits to finalize that claim. So we're working right now basically trying to make a purchase or line out what we need to buy and see what the cost will be and what the difference will be and what we can recover.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. It's my understanding also we need these trucks as quickly as possible. Mr. McKenzie.
Jeff, I've seen both of those trucks. One looks like a total loss for sure. Was the other one a total loss as well?
Yeah, we believe that that's the way it's going right now. Yeah, they look like they're total losses, both of them.
And so there's $50,000 limits on each one?
Now, hang on one second. Mr. Getz, we want to turn your mic on. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, there's, I think it's $50,000 per claim, and these are filed in one claim, is my understanding. Is that correct, Dan?
Pardon? I'm sorry.
Is my understanding correct that this is $50,000 per claim?
No,
or is it per
it's,
truck?
the first $50,000 comes through CIVMIC, less our deductible. Everything over and above $50,000 comes from the reinsurance company, the second layer.
But the trucks themselves are worth how much?
The one was, let's see, they're both about $125 to $135 with the add-ons.
Yeah. Thanks.
If I could clarify, just to follow up, our deductible on each of these is $5,000, just for, so there's no confusion, we don't have like a $50,000 deductible or anything like that.
Good questions. Very good. Any other questions on the trucks? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say no. 6.6 passes.
6.76 is the Finance Committee recommendation of August 12th to approve an 8.75% sewage increase to start January 2011 and for each year thereafter through January 2015. You also have a handout tonight from Finance Director Vito with the wastewater rate recommendations and the estimated average monthly rates.
We need a motion and a second to discuss this. Mr. Finley? Motion and second by Mr. Bender. Discussion? Mr. Herrick, thank you.
Yes, I'd like to refer this to the Committee of the Whole so that the public may have the opportunity to ask questions on this matter.
Very good. We have a motion to refer to the Committee of the Whole. Do we have a second? A second by Mr. Bender. Now, this is a vote on the motion to refer to the Committee of the Whole. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. It goes to the Committee of the Whole. I think if my ears were right. It's being referred, so we normally don't speak on referrals, but you're welcome to speak. Thank you.
Just to speak on the large rate increases, I'm sure that the sewage department, having done homework on this, it has its merits and explanations despite the apparently exorbitant size of the increase, and I believe it's asked for 5 years. If this council needs to approve this matter, then I think the public needs input, not just tonight, because I don't think the public's aware of the issue as much as it should be. So, when is the Committee of the Whole, Dave?
It will be this is our September 21st, yeah, second Tuesday of September.
I was just not aware of the schedule, and sometimes it follows a meeting, and it's not in 5 minutes from now anyway.
No.
I appreciate that, and that would probably do it. And I would also encourage, I don't know if it exists, perhaps Gene can add, is there a line item budget for 5 years to explain why this is needed and budget it out?
What I can do is, I was basically prepared to answer any questions and give an overview for the council tonight if you chose to discuss and vote on this tonight. Being that I have all that information, what I plan on doing is probably within the next couple of days giving a written narrative distributed to the council, and then I kind of thought this might be referred, so I think a good plan would be to have some sort of a presentation from Dan Romans, the administrator, and me on the Committee of the Whole meeting, and we could have it with power to act, and people could sign up to speak to the issue, and then have a much better understanding of the reasons behind the rate increases.
Do we need to add with power to act from the Committee of the Whole to the motion?
Yes.
I see nodding heads. The motioner, would you like to add with power to act
Yes.
at the Committee of the Whole? Okay.
Yes.
Very good. Okay, very good. So,
And to wrap up, Dave, if I could, I know you don't like interaction, and I'll cease that. But as far as questions, I mean, I didn't mean
you're all right.
but I don't know if there is a line item budget that would be available to the public in advance instead of to show up for a meeting that's going to be voted on, so some thought process could go into it with input from the public. And I'm also somewhat astonished that the council sits here tonight with this, with this in front of them, asked to vote on it. They don't have that information and nor a presentation. So I do appreciate that you're not acting on it tonight, and hope you get input from the public, not just those that show up in the room here, but you know how hard all of you knocked on doors to seek votes. This is a pretty big money item, and I hope you put some of that effort back into the community to actually seek that input. I appreciate it, and I'll follow up with a counselor or Dave or Gene if there is such information available that the public could review before that meeting. Thank you.
Very good. We shall do that. And seeing this is a referral, there is no discussion. Otherwise, we will be discussing the business. So this is a vote now. It's the motion and the second just to refer, so we're not acting on the original item. So
Anyone who would speak to the issue of not refer, would be opposed to the referral. So, seeing no opposition, we'll vote on the referral to the Committee of the Whole. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say no. This goes to the Committee of the Whole. Thank you.
Item 8.1, Mayor Ross is reappointing Jamie Slack, SSA, and Mike Meehan to the Mayor's Commission on Disabilities for a 3-year term.
Motion by Councilor Finley, second by Councilor Bender. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say no. Motion passes.
Mayor Ross is requesting the disabled vets ride free on the DTA in Superior.
Motion by Councilor Dahlbeck, second by Councilor Herrick. Any discussion? I can't imagine anybody opposed to this. Mr. Herrick.
No opposition here. I just want to say this is great. I mean, this is kind of overdue for our veterans, and we do appreciate this. And again, thanks.
Mr. Bender.
I just want to second that emotion.
Councilor Bender and Councilor McKenzie were present at the press conference and made themselves available for comments as well prior to this submission, so I appreciate that. Councilor Finzen was also there, and we just appreciate all the support. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say no. Motion passes.
Item 9.1, Councilor Mertzik is submitting resignation from appointed council committees.
Motion by Mr. Mertzik, second by Mr. Bender. Discussion? Mr. McKenzie.
Yeah, I wrote I scratched something down here before the meeting here today, and I'm kind of tired, so if I can't read my own writing. But anyways, I'd like to make a comment on this. For the most part, I understand Councilor Mertzig's situation he now faces. He has been criticized and scrutinized for his attendance record of council and committee meetings, but I think many understand it is due to his military obligation. I would like to point out, according to laws and regulations governing the rights of our military people, during times of absence from their employment due to military obligations, they are to be treated as though they never left. Of course, I would like to have seen Greg more active in these meetings, but again, it is due to his reserve military duties after serving in Iraq and Afghanistan in combat. I am sure another question going around is, well, then why run for city council? I have spoken with Greg, and it is simply because not only did he want to serve his country, he wanted to serve the city he grew up in. It might not be to the capacity that he would have hoped for. However, it still surpasses many of those who never choose to run for public office, but seem to complain the most about the tough decisions we have to make. We all have the right to complain and to be critical, but not when it is unfounded. In the case of Councilor Mertzig, I believe he deserves the same respect I have for all of our military veterans, which includes Councilor Finslin, who served in the Navy during the Cold War, and also Councilor Dahlbeck's grandsons, who also served in Iraq and Afghanistan. Tonight, we unanimously voted yes to Mayor Ross's request to honor our disabled vets by allowing them to ride free on the DTA, and I too thank you, Mayor, for that. It is a wonderful tribute to us, and a small way in which to say thank you for their service and loyalty to our country. All of our military veterans deserve this type of respect, and for this reason, I will honor and respect Councilor Mertzig's request to resign from committee assignments. I think it is unfortunate it has come to this, but it is, in my opinion, this all could have been avoided had it not been for a misunderstanding and or a misinterpretation of the rights of our military veterans in the civilian workplace. Thank you.
Councilor Dahlbeck.
Well, I would just like to say I disagree 100%. I think Mr. Mertzig should not resign from his committee meetings, that he should attend the ones he possibly can, just like he attends the council meetings. I have nothing against anybody who serves the military. If he does not want to attend the committee meetings, then maybe he should also resign as councilor. Thank you.
Councilor McDonald. Mick, do you want to turn your light off? If you're, yes, thank you.
I also disagree. I don't think he should resign his committees. If he's available, I think he should go to the meetings. I totally hold him in the highest respect because he is in our National Guards, and I think that's something we should really respect people for. But I also agree he is on the city council, and if he is available, he should take part in what the rest of us are doing on the city council here. We are working for the citizens of Superior, and if he wants to be involved in the city, then when you're available, then you should be involved with the stuff that's going on in the city. That's why you ran for the position. Thank you.
Councilor Mertzick.
I appreciate the opinions, and thank you, Councilor McKenzie. I truly appreciate your support in my decision. It's interesting, when I ran for city council, I let my constituents know that I was in the Army Reserve, and a question I got a lot was, will you be deployed, or are you going to leave us due to the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan? And I said, that's a possibility. You know, I'm in the Army Reserve, so there's a possibility I could leave. And they said, well, why are you doing this? Why are you running for city council? If there's a possibility you may have to leave. And I guess I asked myself that question with just about everything I do in my life. Why would I bother doing this, or anything for that matter, knowing that I could be deployed at any point in time in my life due to my federal military service? So I guess knowing that I could leave at any time, I can't just not do anything in my life. And especially since I feel compelled to serve the city and the military, it's just something I have to do. That's all I have to say.
Seeing no more comment, Councilor Finzel.
I have a question of Mr. Mertzig. And who should accept your responsibility for the committee assignments that you have? And should you volunteer for an assignment in the service and then fail to participate in those activities, what would the result of that obligation be? Don't you have an obligation to fulfill those things that you volunteer to do? And since you voluntarily ran for city council, don't you feel an obligation to participate to the extent you're able? Unless you are physically unable, why wouldn't you choose to participate or respond to your constituents?
The military is a bit different than the city council in the fact that if I don't show up for the military, I go to prison. If I don't show up for the city council, I call Mrs. Kalan and say, excuse me for this month. I don't need an excuse. I just tell her, excuse me for this month, and I'm excused. There's a pretty huge difference there.
But you still expect to be paid the same as the rest of us.
Well, we can discuss payment or compensation for. In fact, when I called Tom Bridge and discussed the idea of my per diem being taken out of my salary due to my absence of the committee meetings. So if it's a matter of money, I'm willing to compromise there without question, because I realize that being on the committees is a certain amount of responsibility of the council members. But just to make it perfectly clear, the difference between my military service and the city council is, if I don't show up here tonight or next month, you're not going to send the deputy sheriffs after me. And if I don't show up for my federal military orders, I go to prison. You were in the military, you understand that, right? That's a pretty clear-cut distinction between the two.
I also understand what volunteerism is.
Absolutely. And I'll go back to what I said just a little bit ago, the idea that why would you run for elected office? And there's state senators and federal senators that are in the Army Reserve, not the Guard. They're in the Guard also, but the Army Reserve. And if I were to put everything on the back burner for my Army Reserve obligations, I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't go to school. I wouldn't educate myself. I wouldn't have a civilian job. I don't understand the logic of, you're in the Army Reserve, so don't do anything else. Don't serve in any other part of your life. That's just not how I operate. I choose to give what I can where I can, and if that means I have to give and take a little bit, so be it. But the people in my district voted for me knowing that I was in the Army Reserve and knowing that I could be taken away from my city obligations. And I think, to a point, they had trust in the fact that my colleagues, you folks on the city council would be understanding of that, first of all, and secondly, you would pick up the slack, so to speak, in my absence, knowing that I have no excuse, I have a valid excuse to be absent. We have a colleague of ours right now tonight that's absent. He's due to his civilian career, and we're not giving him the same grief that you're giving me when I could end up in prison for not fulfilling my federal service. So I guess I just don't quite get your logic. It's just a matter of not getting it, I guess.
Councilor Dahlbeck.
We're not questioning your service. We're questioning why are you leaving your committees. You make council meetings, you can make some committee meetings. That's all we're saying. Do not resign the committee meetings. Stick with them. If you have to resign the committee meetings, then I'm saying then you should resign as councilor.
Move to suspend the rules to allow a council to speak more than twice.
Okay, I'll accept, as chair with no motion. Mr. Mertzik?
Okay, I'll address that question real quick. When we first voted on these committee appointments, there was some discussion and some disagreement. Councilor Finland explained to me that if I wasn't able to make it regularly to these meetings, and we'd have to go back and look on the record to see the exact verbiage or what was said, but he basically explained that he would entertain or accept my resignation from these committee appointments. And so I thought about that for a couple months, actually, and I decided at that point, it's to address your question, I decided in the interest of the city, since there is a hit and miss thing, and it's important to have city representation on these committees, that in the best interest of the city, I would resign from these appointments. Does that answer your question? Or I want to answer it all the way, so.
No, I still feel that you do not have to give them up. Even if you say it's hit and miss, you can be there sometimes, like you're here sometimes, then do that instead of resigning. I feel much more comfortable that you do not resign your committee meetings, because those are very important. You owe that to your constituents. Whether you have a vote at those committee meetings or if you're an alternate, it's still very important that you attend and understand what's going on.
Seeing no more lights, I think we'll take a roll call vote on this, because this is an issue that falls in between the law, and the community is very divided on this issue, and from what I'm getting...
Mr. Mayor, can I sorry to interrupt. Can I speak one more time?
Sure.
I'll have it be known also, whatever is decided tonight, I will fulfill those obligations one way or the other. So you know my intent and my wish, but if it's decided that you folks want to keep me on these committees, then I will definitely fulfill that obligation.
We'll have a roll call vote, no more discussion, lights on, so...
Councilor Olson is excused. Councilor Bridge?
Aye.
Councilor Bender?
Aye.
Councilor Mertzik?
Aye.
Councilor McDonald?
No.
Councilor Hendry?
Aye.
Councilor Finsland?
No.
Councilor Herrick?
So I need to understand this, we're voting on 9-1? Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Councilor McKenzie?
Yes.
Councilor Dahlbeck? 6-3, the motion is approved.
Question for clarification?
Yes, Councilor Finsland.
Since we have obligations to fill these committees, shall I submit a revised committee assignment to the clerk's office then?
Yeah, and we'll put it on the next agenda.
Okay,
That would need
I
to be
will
confirmed by the
submit a
council.
revised committee assignment to the clerk's office, and we'll have it on the next council agenda.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Item 12.1 is business by public. Dave Miner, the Animal Shelter Task Force President, is speaking to the council regarding the recommendations.
And then I'm going to add also Tom Wondolowski will I was given the wrong name. Okay. We'll follow up after Mr. Minor on a report on Dragon Boat. Thank you.
Good evening. Mine is going to be very brief. As you know, you appointed a group of committed citizens to, or we should be committed, I'm not sure, one of those two, to deal with the animal task force and what to do with buildings and so forth. In your recommendation to us, you asked us to come back here by tonight with a final recommendation. And since preseason has started, what I'll tell you is we're inside the 10-yard line. We're probably inside the 5-yard line. We have come up with a recommendation that all three groups, Animal Allies, ARF, and the Humane Society, have basically agreed upon. What they are doing right now is they are meeting, doing their due diligence to see how and if those three organizations come together, what that would look like. Obviously, the big piece to this is Animal Allies is the one we're looking at to take somewhat of a lead role. We can't dictate to them that they have to do this, or can you? And so that's why over the next probably, they've already met, I believe, twice. They have several other meetings coming up. We hope to return here, I believe it's your first meeting in October, with that final recommendation of what this task force, what this body is going to look like to take over the responsibilities here in Superior and Douglas County. So I know you wanted a decision by tonight, but as I said, we're really close. This has been a very good process. When I did this last time for the City of Superior, about 15-some years ago, it was not a pretty process. There are still people who don't like what evolved, but all three parties in this case have come together. They really are looking at what we started with. Our goal is what is best for the animals, and that's where we are. So again, we're very close. Just wanted to give you an update on that and be glad to answer any questions that you may have.
Mr. McKenzie.
Yeah, I just wanted to, first I wanted to say that it was an honor for me to be on this task force, and I really appreciate, Mayor, you appointing me to this committee. Just wanted to say, Dave, you did a fantastic job as president of this task force, and really proud of what we accomplished, and you kept us on task, and very professional meetings. And Gene, you did such a wonderful job, always having a full agenda and making sure that we had plenty to talk about and discuss and all the information. So I really appreciate that. And again, Mayor, thank you for the other appointments. It was a wonderful, diversified group, very smart people that I'm proud of, and I really believe that the decision that comes out of this committee is going to be a good one. I think that the city's going to be proud of. So thank you again, and thanks again, Dave.
Thank you. We appreciate that, Mayor.
Thank you, Dave. And Councilor McKenzie expressed all my sentiments all in one nice speech, because actually the hard work is ahead of you folks, because we need a new shelter. But we have a vision and a goal and a great group of leaders who are accomplishing that. So I do thank Gene Vito, Councilor McKenzie for his absolute dedication to the health and welfare of our animals in the city, and Mr. Minor, you've been just fantastic. So thank you.
And again, we'll be back in October. I believe it's the 5th or whatever that first meeting is, and obviously if anything takes a hard right or left, we will communicate quickly, but things are looking very well. Again, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
And see, we're not going to have Tom, but a surrogate for Tom. You never know.
My name is Len Campbell.
Len, turn on the mic.
Yeah, there you go.
Mayor Ross and councilors, my name is Len Campbell, and I'm a representative of the Lake Superior Dragon Boat races, and as a co-chair for the 2010 event. The event is taking place August 27th, Friday, and Saturday, August 28th, down at Barker's Island. I just want to point out that it is a free family fun event. That's one of our goals and missions with the festival. The festival is being sponsored by 3 different Rotaries, local Rotaries, the Superior Rotary, Club 40, and Superior Sunrise Rotary, and Harbortown Rotary of Duluth. And the reason I'm here is I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the city and councilors, mayor, for everything that you do for the festival. This is our 9th annual festival, and it has been very successful, and without your help, it would sometimes be difficult to pull off. We do appreciate everything you do. Special thanks to Mary Morgan and Park and Rec, and Chief Floyd Peters and the Superior Police Department. They have worked, we've got a really good, great relationship with those folks, and again, that's been going on for several years. The planning for the event is going really well, and right now we're ironing out final details. So in another week, a lot of action will be starting to happen down on Barker's Island, and tents will be going up, the vendors will be coming in, and it'll be a real beehive on that at that time. What I'd like to also say is feel free to stop by, say hi, and enjoy the festivities, and take a look and see what goes on during the event if you haven't had an opportunity in the past. Friday starts off about 5:30. There's opening ceremonies. There's entertainment that night with the Brandon Scott Sellner Band and Lamont Cranston, and also fireworks and some entertainment on the afternoon of Saturday. And, of course, the racing starts at 8 o'clock in the morning, goes till about 5:30, 6 o'clock. So it's really competitive, and everyone there has a really, really great time. We're in about middle 80s to upper 80s as far as teams go, so we're really pleased about that. So there'll be a lot of people coming into town that weekend. There's probably 2,000 to 2,500 paddlers themselves, and we're hoping to anywhere from 8 to 10,000 people on the island on that day. Teams are preparing, the Rotarians and volunteers, they're ready to go. All we need is good weather. If you can supply that, that will be really great. But once again, thank you very much. We certainly do appreciate it. Thank you.
Len, I just wanted to say, go ahead, Esther.
Well, I just wanted to say thanks, Mr. Campbell, for a job well done.
Well, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, knowing you, it will be.
Well, she stole what I was going to say, but I just wanted to make sure that you remembered to announce who the talent was on Friday night, and that people can see them for free.
That's right.
And this weekend has a very big economic impact on the city of Superior. I know I talked to the corn dog guy at the Tri-State Fair, the head of the Lakes Fair, and he said the fair wasn't so great this year, but he's really looking for a big weekend for the head of the Lakes. So keep up the good work. And, of course, I'm saying this from a selfish standpoint, too, because I'm going to be the co-chair for the 2011 Dragon Boat for Superior.
Well, we're going to lean on you, Mr. Bender.
There's going to be a city, too.
There you go. Thank you, Len. Appreciate that. Mr. Peterson, you already spoke to the issue you were going to speak to, so thank you. Appreciate it. We don't want to pass you up, you know. We'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.